Good morning. With some metro schools going back to full-time in-person instruction, you might be thinking about packing school lunches for the first time this school year. We want to keep our kids' lunches safe, and while the COVID-19 virus does not grow on food, food safety is still a concern for packed lunches. It's important to keep foods at the safe temperature. Bacteria that cause foodborne illness grow rapidly between the temperatures of 40 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit and can reach dangerous levels in as little as 4 hours. So it's important to keep cold foods cold and hot foods hot for our kids. A brown paper bag does not do a good job of holding that temperature, and so it's important to use an insulated lunchbox or soft-sided bag. For cold foods to stay cold enough, we really need two sources of cold. So a frozen juice box or water bottle along with an ice pack in the lunchbox will go a long way to keep those foods cold. But some kids really want hot foods in their lunchbox. And so if you are sending warm foods or hot foods for your kids, it's also important to have an insulated food jar to go in the insulated lunch bag. And if you have young children, opening packages can be an issue. And while the COVID-19 virus does not grow on food, it could be a concern if they're having to get help to open their foods. And so make sure that your children can open the packages. If you buy a prepackaged food that maybe comes in a plastic container with a tear-off lid, make sure that they can open that. If they can't easily open it, then you might open it for them and put it into some other type of container that they can open. We want to have as few people as possible to handle those food packages for our kids, just to keep them as safe as we can. We want those foods to be safe, but we also want our kids' lunches to be as nutritious as possible. So it's important to choose foods for your kids' lunchboxes that come from all the different food groups. We want to include foods that are good sources of protein. We want to include some dairy foods, some fruits, some vegetables, and some whole grains. And if you're anything like me, packing lunches in the morning seems to take a little bit too much time. And so to keep things as convenient as possible, I recommend buying some plastic bins like this that can go in your refrigerator. You can pre-make sandwiches or pre-package different kinds of fruits or vegetables or grains that can go in the lunchbox. And those little packages that you've maybe put into zipper top bags can go into the basket, and then your kids can take just one of each thing, put it in the lunchbox with the ice pack, and they're good to go in the morning.